This all started because my wife would complain about being really cold in my 1968 Plymouth Barracuda when I would take her on a drive, and rightfully so. There's this giant gaping hole that brings in fresh air from the cowl and deposits it in your passenger's lap. It's great in the summer, it's horrible in winter. On the driver's side, there's a box that controls this, but on the passenger side in an AC delete car, you don't have that luxury. So I whipped up a design in On Shape and sent it off to Send Cut Send, who cut it out of stainless steel, tapped some threads, and sent it back to me. This is the fresh air vent in the Barracuda. You can't really tell from the bottom, but if you flip it over, you can see that there's a 4 millimeter deep lip inside that cylinder. So to take advantage of that lip, I designed this rectangular brace with rounded ends. It has two holes that we can thread bolts through in the future. So the way we're going to keep air out is by putting a cap on this thing. This cap is made out of 2 millimeter thick stainless steel. It's also got a couple holes in it, which, surprise, surprise, are going to line up with those holes on the brace. So here's how it all goes together. The yellow thing in the middle is a rubber cork gasket. It's pretty thin. It's just there to seal up any imperfections in the Barracuda's body metal. But as you can see, we're just going to drop that brace down into the cylinder. It's going to rest on the rims. We're going to put the gasket and the cap up against it, thread the bolts through, which is tougher than it sounds. And once it's all together, you're done. There's no more air coming into your passenger's lap. Now I had to do this complicated brace and the bolt holes thing because there's no bolt holes or anything to attach onto on the passenger side. It's just a hole with nothing to lock onto. On the driver's side, it's a lot easier. There's 3 bolts that are pre-installed in the body. All I need to do is take some measurements, make sure my holes line up, and it threads right on. Easy peasy. The finished product works. Installation wasn't that easy, but it did go in. I did make a couple revisions based on what I found, so future installations would be easier. The driver's side was way easier to accomplish. All I had to do was measure correctly. I just got this printed out of ABS plastic with a rubber cork gasket to sit in between the cap and the Barracuda. And the installation was extremely easy due to those pre-existing bolts. All I had to do was get this up there and thread the nuts on, and that's it. No more fresh air coming in through these vents. If you need fresh air in this car, just roll down a window. Thanks. Bye.